To answer this question, I will analyze his playstyle on Mirage. I will show you two Faceit matches where he completely dominated the enemy team. In this video, I will present very important details you can steal from s1mple's playstyle. These details will help you become a much better player. Many things I show you here can even be applied in solo queue. I will show you a few ways to gain an advantage on mid as a sniper. s1mple has a good spawn from mid. He shows great movement and jumps onto catwalk. Notice that when he jumps, he immediately turns to the left to avoid getting hit by a flash from the terrorists. It's also worth mentioning that his teammates from A throw two flashes toward top mid. Because of that, s1mple and Zester got slightly flashed. Even if those flashes didn't land, the terrorist sniper wouldn't have had time to see s1mple jump in. Back to s1mple. Thanks to his great movement, he gets the entry frag. Let's look at the enemy's POV. He tried to shoot, but s1mple was faster. Then s1mple scopes in on mid again. The second terrorist peeks, but s1mple misses his shot. When s1mple scopes in again, his teammate rushes, kills one terrorist and instantly gets refragged. What's interesting is that even though his teammate dies, s1mple peeks mid again. This time he white peeks and kills the second terrorist. Let's look at the enemy's POV. He didn't even have time to aim at s1mple. You could say s1mple was on the off angle, which gave him a split second advantage over his opponent. Right after getting the frag, he hides again to reload his sniper safely. Then he scopes in on mid again, does a beautiful flick and kills the third terrorist. Let's look at his POV. Faceit managed to shoot only once before dying. s1mple finishes the round with another epic flick. The terrorists played a very weak round. They all picked s1mple one by one. Also, as you can see, they only bought 2 smokes and a 1 flash in total. In my opinion, it was a very strange decision to play a full buy round with almost no grenades. 2 more flashes could have completely changed the outcome of that round. If you don't manage to jump onto catwalk, you can throw a smoke near under. This way, the terrorists from under can't see you, and if an enemy from top mid throws a molly toward under, it will be extinguished. You can also position yourself at the edge of the smoke and get an entry frag. Let's look at the enemy's POV. He didn't expect s1mple to be there at all. That's why, when you are going mid as a terrorist, it's important to throw a flash behind the boxes or bounce it off of the wall. The terrorists played very poorly. One terrorist was in under and saw that there was a smoke. He should have said that there might be a city hiding there. Although, judging by where the top mid terrorist was, maybe he didn't have time to tell his teammate because everything happened so fast. But you have to remember, when you stand next to the smoke, the terrorist in under can wallbang you. After getting the frag, s1mple hides for a split second in the smoke to reload his op. Then he jumps twice to check if another terrorist is rushing top mid to refrag his teammate. He doesn't see anyone, so he escapes to the connector. Instead of standing at the edge of the smoke, you can also aim toward under. When s1mple sees no terrorist in under, he moves to the edge of the smoke to check mid. Notice that Frozen is on city, aims at that spot and pressing left click to throw a flash toward mid. But as you can see, that flash isn't strong against terrorists behind the boxes or on the left side of top mid. I tested it on a server and found out that the flash would blind terrorists if they were walking toward connector or catwalk. In that case, the flash is very good. But you have to remember one thing. If the enemy is really close to the connector and standing near the left wall, he won't get flashed because the red building protects him. So the timing of this flash is important. If you want to flash that terrorist too, you need to stand in this spot and aim more to the left. Then the enemy will get flashed. Then s1mple scopes in on top mid. At this moment, the smoke in connector is fading. He was lucky that the terrorist behind the boxes didn't hit him with the op. Because of that, he managed to escape. In my opinion, he should have escaped to the connector before the smoke faded. He played very risky because the terrorist behind the boxes or at top mid could have picked him at any moment. s1mple was alone, so if he had been flashed, missed his op shot or had bad timing, he would have died easily since he was in an open area. That's why when you want to pick mid this way, I suggest having a teammate helping you from catwalk or connector. Let me show you how to surprise a terrorist in under. s1mple jumps to see if a terrorist is walking up under. Then he checks top mid. When he sees no one, he jumps onto the small wall under the window and then drops down. He kills one terrorist. Unfortunately, there were 4 enemies in under, so he quickly got refragged. The advantage of dropping behind a wall like this is that the wall covers you while you jump down, so the terrorist can't see you. This gives you a better chance to get a kill. Let's look at the terrorist POV. They were all crouch walking, and even then, they didn't see s1mple's feet on the wall. They could only hear him land on it. Only when s1mple stood on the edge of the wall, Kenny saw a part of his leg. If the terrorist had been standing, he wouldn't have seen anything. Also, Zester had unlucky timing, because just before s1mple peeked, his teammate walked in front of him. If you want to check under this way, I suggest having a teammate in connector who watches top mid so you don't die. Frozen played very well here. Right after s1mple died, he threw a molly and then a nade into under. The terrorists had to either run out or stay behind the flames. Thanks to that, Frozen easily got a double kill without losing a single point of HP. The city in connector also played well. He threw a flash to mid and blinded 2 terrorists. Let's move to the next example. During the pistol round, the terrorist rush A. s1mple kills 1 terrorist through the smoke. Then he spots another enemy on Tetris. He needs to reload, so he crouches. Because he crouches, the terrorist on Tetris can't see him. This is a cool trick that can save your life. After reloading, he stands up and kills the second terrorist. Now let's look at full buy round. s1mple throws a smoke on ramp. Then he scopes in with the op. At that moment a terrorist rushes. s1mple misses the shot and dies. It was actually a smart pick by the enemy, because when terrorists rush ramp, they usually go to the left. That's why he managed to surprise s1mple. Let's move to another example. s1mple picks ramp from the stairs. Notice that he isn't worried about AT coming from palace, because he knows the enemy hadn't had time to get there yet. That's why he kills the terrorist on ramp. Then he quickly aims at palace and gets a second kill. This round shows how important it is to know timings. After that, he picks mid without a flash and dies. If you want to hold ramp for a few seconds, you can try this. s1mple throws a smoke into palace, doesn't wait for it to explode, and aims at ramp from stairs. Unfortunately, he misses the op shot. But remember, a terrorist can peek through the palace smoke and kill you. That's exactly what happened here. The terrorist peeked through and got a double kill. Now I will show you how to play with the op on B. A teammate boosts s1mple onto the balcony and he stays on the left side. Also notice that s1mple was very late to B. If he tried to jump alone, he could have been killed. s1mple kills the enemy. Let's look at the enemy's POV. The terrorist was aiming at barrels and didn't expect s1mple to be there. After getting the frag, s1mple hides to reload safely. While reloading, he briefly peeks to check if another terrorist is rushing ups. Thanks to that, he knows where to aim and kills the second enemy. Let's look at his POV. Right after peeking, s1mple crouches. Because of that, the terrorist misses his shot. Since we are still on B, here's another cool trick. When you jump from the car to the balcony, you can look through the window and see if an enemy is passing by. Let me show you how to surprise terrorists on mid. A teammate boosts s1mple onto the boxes. Notice that the cities don't boost right behind the boxes, but behind the wall. The advantage of jumping up this way is that a terrorist on catwalk can't see you while you're jumping, because the wall covers you. As you can see, s1mple gets the entry frag. Let's look at the enemy's POV. The terrorist could only see the upper part of s1mple's body, missed his spray and died. It's a bit of a risky tactic, because timing matters here. Since s1mple is close to the wall, the terrorist can see his shoulder, while s1mple can't see the enemy. So to improve your chances in this duel, I recommend you don't peek while pressing shift. You move slower, and the terrorist can easily kill you before you even see him. Interestingly, cities were on an eco round and only s1mple had M4A1S. They still managed to win the round and s1mple got 3 kills. Now I will show you the pathing and how to clear angles when coming out of underpass. First, s1mple aims to the left, expecting a city to peek. Notice that he walks on the right side of underpass. This way, a city jumping in window can't see him. Also, he would spot a city running toward under from connector slightly earlier than if he were on the left. Then s1mple pre-aims through the wall and peeks left. Notice he crouches to see more of the window. If he stood up, he would see less. He holds the window for a bit. Now on the left side of under, he pre-aims through the wall again and peeks to the right to check catwalk. Then he checks connector and mid, expecting someone to have pushed. Watch how he peeks now. He doesn't hug the right wall near window, but goes more in the middle. At this point, he checks the box in window. Then he jumps on the bench, takes a quick look at window, then checks short. Because he walked in the middle, a city on short can't see him even from this position. Also, since he is not next to the right wall, a city in window can't see him either. These are small details, but they show you how to come out of underpass safely and effectively. Here's a great example of s1mple's Gamesense. In round 14, terrorists are on eco. s1mple gets a beautiful frag on a city in market, then picks up an M4A1S. At that moment, he hears a city running to the window. He peeks and kills him. s1mple played this really smart. He heard the city rotating to B. When there was a moment of silence, s1mple knew the city was going through the small window, completely defenseless. So he pre-aimed and easily killed him. Let's look at the city's POV. While going through the small window, a box blocks his vision. He had no chance to react or shoot back. Unfortunately, s1mple later lost the duel against a player on short and died. Now I will show you two clutches by s1mple. 3 terrorists rush short. s1mple jumps from the bench into the window. It looks like he did it silently. A rotating city didn't hear a thing. s1mple hears the city running from window to B, and shortly after hears another city also going through window to B. So he lets both of them pass without shooting to keep his position hidden and sneak up from behind. He probably told his teammates because they backed off from short and ran to connector. s1mple hides in the corner to surprise the enemy and gets a frag. The city didn't expect him there at all. All his teammates die and s1mple is left in 1v2. The bomb is lying near stairs. Luckily, the city he killed had a smoke. s1mple smokes connector. After a moment, he checks ladder and spots a city. The second opponent gives away his position in connector by throwing a flash and shooting with the op. Now s1mple knows where both of them are. He fakes going A, then walks through window to B. The smoke in connector helped a lot. Even though around 20 seconds passed since picking up the bomb, both cities still thought s1mple is going to plant at A. He plants for market and positions himself on the bench. s1mple notices a city running toward the exit. He doesn't have his crosshair on him, so he holds his fire to avoid giving away his position. A second city enters the market, and s1mple instantly lands a beautiful one-tap. Let's check his POV. He was holding the exit, covering his teammate, who ran up to the market window. The city made a mistake by overpicking. He exposed himself through the market window and wasn't even watching B-side, which cost him his life. After getting that kill, s1mple changes position, moves to default, and aims where he expects the city to jump out. He misses the shot with the deagle and quickly falls back. Then he repicks and ends the round with another beautiful one-tap. Looking at the city's POV, he might have seen s1mple behind the pillar while jumping. However, judging by his movements, I'm not sure if he actually did. He then spotted s1mple on default, but expected him to be on the right. By the time s1mple peeked, the city couldn't even fire a shot. This round shows how pro players stays one step ahead with incredible game sense and timing. Let's move to another clutch. s1mple and his teammate are left in 2v4. s1mple positions himself in ladder room corner and kills a city. Let's look at his POV. The city clears angles very sloppily. Instead of stopping briefly after each angle to adjust his crosshair, he just keeps walking, clearing nothing properly. Almost like he didn't know what he was checking. You can't win duels like this. Meanwhile, on A side, s1mple's teammate dies. s1mple throws a flash over B-ups and pushes into market, killing another city. From the city's POV, you can see he heard the flash and thought someone was coming B, but he didn't expect s1mple to already be in market. He got baited perfectly. s1mple then rotates back through catwalk to pick up the bomb on mid. He checks behind side for any hiding cities, plants the bomb for short, and positions himself near exit. The city throws a molotov at s1mple, forcing him to run out of market. City steps on short, giving away his position. s1mple instantly aims there and gets the kill, then quickly flicks and secures the round with his 4th frag. The cities really messed this up. Zester had only 15 HP, he should have picked first to get info about s1mple's position. Faceit had full HP and an AK, so he had a better chance to win the duel. The cities should have played close together to enable trades, but instead they picked one by one, giving s1mple the perfect opportunity to clutch the round. Let me show you a few simple grenades that will make playing T-side on Mirage much easier. s1mple kills a city on stairs, then positions himself on the left side of ramp. He aims at the middle of the antenna and throws a smoke with a left click. Then he pulls out a molotov, aims here and left clicks. The smoke lands near stairs and the molotov burns the stairs. This lets you safely run onto A side without being seen from jungle or stairs. What's great about this is that you don't need to fall back to T-roof to throw them. You save time and stop cities from rotating early. But only throw this if you recently killed a city on stairs or have info that is clear. Otherwise, a city might pick and kill you easily. Here is a s1mple flash that will make rushing B easier. s1mple aims at this spot and left clicks while running. It lands perfectly, fully blinding the city on default, who is forced to hide behind the boxes. That allows one of the Ts to rush in and get the kill. I will show you a s1mple nade that can deal a lot of damage to a city. At the start of the round, s1mple mollies connector and flashes behind the boxes. Then he pulls out HE, aims at the wall and throws it while running. As you can see, Faceit loses 54 HP. This nade is a great counter to cities rushing mid early. Also, the order of the grenades works well. Faceit turned away from the flash, hesitating to rush. That caused the nade to land perfectly under him, dealing more damage. Thank you for watching until the end. Click on the video on the screen to see Kyosuke's or Zeus analysis. Write in the comments which pro player you'd like to see next and on which map. See you in the next one. Bye!